Welcome to Kari's Conscious Living. Please subscribe. The button's down there. Can you see it? On your right. Right there. Yes, that's it. Thank you so much. Welcome to the family. Are you ready to meditate with Kari? Lay down and be still and quiet in your bed. Try and relax. Close your eyes if you want to. When you're all ready, it's time to listen to a story. This story is all about Avery and Miah going to visit their dad for the holidays. A couple of months ago, they just got a brand new baby sister, and they were very excited to go and stay with their dad in Boulder, Colorado. It was snowing. They were really excited about the snow. They'd planned all sorts of different things that they were going to do with their dad when they got there. One of the things that they were excited about was going sledding. Part of them was nervous, and part of them was super excited. Sledding on some hills can be a little bit scary, especially the big, steep, deep hills when you go really, really, really fast. Miah had already decided that she was going to be very brave and she was going to do all of the hills, no matter how big and how steep. The day that they went sledding was the perfect day. The sun was shining in the sky and everything was white outside. It was like some kind of magical place where the floors were white and sparkly, the trees were white and sparkly, all the cars and the houses were white and sparkly. It was weird, but it was so pretty that if you closed your eyes, you could almost imagine bells ringing and fairies singing and all the sweet things in the world happening just because everything was so white and picturesque. At first, they sledded down a few kind of normal hills just to get warmed up. It was so much fun. And then the hills got a little bit bigger, and then they got a little bit bigger and a little bit steeper, and then when they were sledding, it got even faster. Their cheeks were bright red. They had woolly hats on and woolly jumpers and waterproof clothes because of the snow. Everything was perfect until they got to the biggest hill that they'd ever seen. There were kids on the hill laughing and sledding down it already. It looked very inviting but extremely scary. Miah decided she was going to go first. She was going to be brave. And if she could do it, then Avery could do it, and Dad could do it. Miah sat at the top of the hill. It looked really steep. But what was encouraging was there were children that had done it over and over and over again, and they were laughing and joking and screaming as they went down the hill. Couldn't be that bad. But there was a part of her tummy that kept turning over as if it was spinning like a washing machine. She was so nervous. She kept talking to herself, just be brave, Miah, be brave, you can do it, you can do it. She eventually talked herself up to the place where she just kicked off with her feet. And zoom, she was on the biggest, fastest sled ride that she'd ever been on in her entire life. The wind was blowing really hard against her face and her hair was flying all over the place and her nose was running. It was so cold. It was awesome. She seemed to get faster and faster and faster at one point, and she thought, oh no, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do it. I'm really scared. But then all of a sudden, her sled just passed her even faster, and the kid on the sled was just laughing with his head back, screaming as if it was the best thing he'd ever done, like the bestest roller coaster ride in the entire world. She took a big deep breath and breathed in the fast-blowing air all around her. I can do it! I can do it! You can do it, Miah! You can do it! She did it. She got to the bottom alive and feeling like the biggest, bestest feeling in her entire body she'd ever felt. She'd overcome all of her fears and she was so happy. She was jumping and laughing and clapping with her hands in the air down at the bottom of the hill, shouting up to her dad and Avery, Come on, guys, you're gonna love it. They had the bestest day sledding. One thing that was very strange that they had both noticed. It took a couple of days, but after a couple of days, both Avery and Miah noticed that every time their little sister started crying, like it wasn't very often, she was a really sweet little sister. She slept a lot and she cooed a lot and she was happy a lot, but sometimes she cried if she was hungry or tired. And when she cried, it snowed outside. Really heavy snow. Like I said, it took a couple of days for the girls to notice this. But after 3 days of being with their dad, they told their dad, Have you noticed that every time Penelope cries, it snows? The dad said, No, it must be a coincidence. The girls said, No, watch. You watch the next time Penelope cries, I bet you it snows. And sure enough, the next time Penelope cried, and the time after that, and the time after that, and the time after that, until eventually the dad could not deny it. It snowed every time the new baby sister cried. They had all sorts of theories. What if she's crying to make it snow and we get snowed in and we can't go home, said Avery. Miah said, What if she's crying and it snows that much that the snow completely covers the house? What if? What if? What if? Until the dad said, What if Penelope actually wants us to do something with the snow? Like what? Said Avery and Miah. The dad said, Like make the best snowman in the entire world. The girls got super excited. Super excited. It had been years since they'd made a snowman. When Dad suggested this, their little sister started crying, like a happy kind of cry, as if it was a confirmation that that's exactly what she wanted. She had some kind of magical power that tickled the sky and made it snow every time she cried. How cool is that? They decided to make the best snowman in the entire world, like I said. They went outside, went onto the garden, and started to make a snowman. It has to be big. It has to be really round. It has to have a carrot nose. It has to have coal for buttons on its jacket. Dad, said Avery, do you have a scarf and a hat? Miah said, I'm going to go find some twigs for its arms. It was going to be the bestest holiday snowman ever. Didn't take long before all the kids in the neighborhood on their street started to come around. Avery decided to make friends with all of them. She found out all of their names and they all had jobs to do. It was going to be a community snowman. Like the whole neighborhood was going to be involved. How cool was this snowman going to be? Because Avery had made friends with everyone and she knew all of their names, everyone was having so much fun together. They were all friends as if they'd been friends for like ages. Sometimes it's difficult to make friends, but in this particular occasion, Avery didn't have any trouble with it at all. It just seemed really natural. After all, who doesn't want to make the bestest snowman in the world? This snowman was big, and I mean big. Like, just one part of his body was almost as big as their dad. Its head was like, 10, 20 footballs all put together? The carrot nose looked tiny on its face. It was so big. They gave him a scarf. They gave him a hat. They gave him his twig arms. They put rocks down on the bottom as if he had big, giant rock feet. He had red cheeks where somebody had decided to rub strawberry juice all over his cheeks, which was a very good idea. He looked very happy and very jolly. He was the bestest snowman. So big. That snowman would not melt. That snowman stayed there the entire holiday season. Even when there were warm days, it didn't seem to melt. And you know what was really funny? Penelope, their baby sister, just cried, and it would snow, and the snow would gather on the snowman and make him stronger and bigger and just keep him living, going on and on and on. So the snowman felt as if he was a real snowman, a real man that was made out of snow. The girls talked about what this wonderful snowman would do when everything was dark and everyone had gone to sleep. I wonder if he comes to life, said Avery. I wonder if he's really brave and he protects the house and the neighborhood, said Miah. I wonder if he has snowman friends, said Avery. That would be pretty cool. They just had a gut feeling, a deep down feeling inside of their tummies that something was very magical about this snowman, especially since it had been made from magical snow that had been tickled down from the sky by their sister Penelope's cries. It had to be magic. It really did have to be magic. The girls had the best time staying with their dad and their baby sister. It was the bestest winter, the bestest holiday that they had had in a long, long time. The end.